Hi YouTube and welcome back to my Let's Play The Sims 4. So we're back at the Bennetts house and it's morning and Mom is in the bath, unpixelated, with her clothes on. I'm like, okay, that's just weird. And now I've got put the dinner leftovers away in the fridge. And I figure, well, Mom's taking a bath. I could get Dad to go make some breakfast and have the daughter maybe have a chance to play some things on the computer. But she decided she wants to tell a story to her dino. So I've had her, keeping up with her homework and things, and now my challenge is to get her to go to school while energized, which at some point I'll eventually get her to do that. And now you can actually see her socialization and stuff, and she's making some friends at school. So that's kind of cool. But just look at Mom here in the bath, playing like a kid and wearing her clothes. And it's kind of funny because her top is kind of skin colored, so it's like a little... And I swear, I'm not running any mods for this either. I am not having a mod where she doesn't take her clothes off and gets pixelated. It's honestly a glitch in the game itself. So I figured, have Dad make breakfast for a change, but he's obviously not very good at cooking yet. So I like how the animations that they've put in there for people just starting out and stuff. But I figure, might as well have folks have breakfast and see if we can have a family breakfast or not. And then one of my goals for this episode, based on some feedback from my viewers, is to try and get these two into a romantic relationship. Because, as you know, I've created them, and I swear I've done some research since the last video, and everything I can tell is when you create a family from the get-go, they're not married. And they don't even know each other. They're like complete strangers. They have a child together, but they're complete strangers. I'm like, I hope they fix that with a patch or something, because that doesn't seem right. There shouldn't be like an expansion to fix this. This should be a patch fix where you actually have, like, maybe you have the option of making them all complete strangers and their roommates and stuff, which is fine. You can have people all have like different last names and things, which I like that aspect of the Create a Sim, where you can actually have a bunch of roommates and they don't all have to have the same last name. They can all have different last names, which is kind of cool. But in this particular case, they I have them all have the same last name and everything, and I really wanted them to be a family, and so there wasn't an option of choosing them to be married. Like you could in The Sims 3, when you're creating them, you can create relationships and stuff and say that this is their spouses or siblings or whatever, and that kind of thing. I mean, when you're creating, you have to play with the DNA, and you can say, oh, create parents or create child for The Sims. So I was able to create her as a child, and they used like their little internal DNA thing to mix and match the DNA of the two adult Sims to create the child Sim. And then I just kind of played around with her clothes and her hair and that kind of thing. But there's no way of indicating that these two are spouses, or at least that I wanted them to be. And so that's kind of frustrating a little bit. They really should fix that as a patch in the game, because people want to be able to create families, not just roommates and strangers or single people and stuff. So okay, so the daughter went off to school, Tara went off to school, and now I've got these two trying to have a relationship, and they just had a negative interaction. So I just made an apology, and I'm like, okay, well, we're not going to do any romantic stuff yet, because we need to kind of fix this relationship first and try and become better friends. But you'll notice that while, okay, they get along for the most part, their relationship is kind of in the green, almost halfway. But I struggle, no matter how much that they interact with each other, to get them past the halfway point in terms of liking each other. And anytime I try, and I've had her do all of the flirting so far, and he keeps rejecting her. So then my goal is, once we get to a fairly decent part of this kind of back and forth in this conversation, to have him initiate, because she seems kind of into initiating romantic stuff with him and things, but and she's kind of in a playful mood at the moment. I'm like, I say, what are there, like, can we flirt? Should I flirt? Man, I changed my mind. I keep changing my mind on this. I'm like, okay, what do I need to do to get them to really like each other to the point where they want to get in a relationship? But one of the things you'll notice, and there was a bubble just recently where when they're talking, either he has a thought bubble with an engagement ring tied to a ball and chain, and then she just had the same thing. So even though neither one of them has the trait that I've not given either one of them the trait of commitment issues, they both seem to have commitment issues. So while that's not a trait I gave them, they both seem to have that as an issue. Oh, and I just noticed that Tara is, I think she's back from school, and she's actually she's out fishing. We'll notice her in a moment doing that, because it just said Tara just caught an apple. It was a little pop up there. But, back to mom and dad. So we've been, I've been doing, like, since daughter went to school, I've been having these two, like, interact, socialize with each other. And Tara just reached mental level number 2, which is good. That's one of the part of her preparation for school, is she needs to have 2 traits that she's level 4 on. So, I'm kind of having her work on a number of different tasks there. Although the fishing activity obviously isn't that. She came home and she decided she wanted to go fishing. Alrighty. And there's a little fishing spot right near their house, so she's technically home. It's one of the few things that you can do. You can actually leave your lot and go fishing without having a loading screen, which is, thank goodness for that. Alright, so now he's trying to flirt, and she's flirting back, so that's a good thing. So I'm like, okay, so flirting's, going, and we did finally get to just about the halfway point on their liking of each other. So I'm like, all right, well, let's see, is there anything else? Confess attraction. Can we do that? Because I think she's confessed her attraction and he rejected it. And then she's like, I can't, I gotta pee. So I'm like, all right, fine, I will let her pee. Oh, yes. So he confessed his attraction, and she's like totally rejecting him and says, sorry, dude, I don't care, I gotta go pee. So, I'm thinking that their relationship is doomed. At this point, it's just getting really tedious to try and get them in a relationship. I think that at this point, they're just gonna be, living together out of convenience for their daughter. And I think that's pretty much just gonna be the gist of it. And I apologize for those folks who were kind of rooting for them to get into a happy relationship. I mean, they like each other, they're friends, but I think they're both just, they've friend zoned each other to the point where they're just not gonna. I mean, they like talking to each other, they like interacting with each other, but there's just not, the love just isn't there. So I'm just gonna have them work on their careers. And get to a point where we can maybe remodel the house a little bit and increase the size of it, and then we'll just kind of watch Tara grow up, and we'll help her with her schoolwork and get good grades. She's a C student at the moment. I'm trying to get her to be an A student, And then I think we'll just when she gets all grown up, then we'll just have her move out. I've actually been building a couple of other houses in the neighborhood, and I'm actually really proud of this one house that I built. So I'm thinking it's a perfect little 1-bedroom, 1-bath. It's a really cute little red brick house, and it might be just the perfect starter home for her to move into when she gets grown up. So, but first we'll just kind of focus on getting her good grades, working on her schoolwork, getting mom and dad kind of watching their careers and stuff. It'll be interesting to see how the astronaut thing works out for the dad and things. But yeah, that's about it. And so you can see here with the fishing, the only places you can go fishing is anywhere where there's a fishing sign. So if there's a fishing sign near your house, you click on that and tell your sim to go fishing. You can't you can't build ponds. You can't build swimming pools, but you also can't build ponds in your on your property. You can build fountains. So the only water feature that you can have in your house, by your house, is a fountain. No ponds where you can just go fishing on your property anymore, and no swimming pools. Okay, fine. I'm guessing it's because of the changes that they've done with the water and things, and they just haven't figured out how to do the swimming in the new water yet. Or maybe that was just a challenge, and they're like, screw it, let's just do this as an expansion. Alright, so I decided I'm gonna let Dad, because Mom's off to work now. Daughter, I think she's done her homework and stuff, and she's just, happily fishing. And so, or maybe she hasn't done her homework, but, she wanted to go fishing. I'm like, okay, let her go fishing. And since Dad is kind of a, athletic type dude, I figure he should be going to the gym at least once in a while. So I decided to let him go to the gym. And things. But yeah, I'm sorry, everyone was pulling for this couple to have a relationship, and I'm like, it's not happening. It's just not happening, so I'm not going to force it anymore. If it happens naturally, that all of a sudden they get to a point where they really start flirting with each other on their own, then, maybe then I'll pursue it. But I'm not going to continue to try and push it at this point. But he wants to go to the gym and have an energized workout, so, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go have ourselves a workout. So this is the local gym. I could get this equipment at the house, but the house obviously at this point is still too small. I'd like to remodel the house, make it bigger. I think having 2 bedrooms, 2 adult bedrooms plus the child bedroom. Maybe add a second floor to the house. Maybe add a deck in the back where we can do some barbecuing, and just kind of make it all a little more fancy and stuff, and just kind of help the family have a little more harmony. If the daughter could get her bedroom back by just adding another bedroom, so that the mom and dad can have separate bedrooms, because they're obviously not going to sleep with each other, at least not anytime soon. So anywho, so dad's working on getting his muscles. Not sure how long it's going to take in The Sims 4 to actually get him to bulk up his muscles, or I wonder if he can even change his body. Like will their bodies change if you apply enough exercise, or do they get stuck with whatever you have your however you created them. And I just noticed, you see the girl in the pink hoodie that just walked past him, and I'm going to zoom in on her in a second. She's the other sim that I created. So, basically, she's me, kind of. I had her lose weight. There's a energy potion you can take to have your sim lose weight. But, so she's a little thinner than I am now, but, that's my sim, yes. Me in a ponytail. Because I always wear hoodies, and stuff, so, apparently my sim decided to go to the gym on her own accord while I'm playing with this other family. So they're living in the same town together, they're living in the same instance of the game, and, it's just kind of interesting. You know, I keep saying that, you know, I thought there's not supposed to be story progression, but it kind of looks almost like there is a little bit. I don't know, maybe they don't age or something, but they certainly seem to go do different things. Alright, so this is about where I'm going to wrap things up this week. Let's Plays. I don't really have a Let's Play question, but if you have suggestions, comments, what you'd like to see happen with the game, let me know. Please like, subscribe, share, and everything else. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.